You are the Beamrider, humanity's last hope against the alien invaders. These evil intruders from another world have entangled the entire planet in a restrictor shield, and you must ride the beams through all 99 sectors in order to clear it piece by piece. As usual, this is easier said than done. Your ship glides along the restrictor shield on a series of 5 beams that run parallel across the entirety of it. Each sector has 15 enemy ships that will descend from the top of the screen, take a potshot at you, then fly back to safety. Once you eliminate all 15 enemy vessels, a barrage of homing mines will be launched at you as you try, usually in vain, to take out the sector sentinel with a torpedo. Destroying the sentinel is usually more luck than skill, as a homing mine will typically get in the way of your slow-moving torpedo well before it reaches its intended target. Assuming you survive the onslaught, you will get a few moments to collect yourself before heading off to the next sector. If you were successful in taking out the sentinel, then you get a variety of bonus points. If the sentinel survived, then you get nothing. The first 3 sectors do a nice job of easing you into combat. The alien ships take it easy with you, and there's only the occasional piece of space junk that gets in your way. And even then, you can destroy it with one of your torpedoes. The 4th sector adds in a harmless UFO that gives you a great opportunity to rack up points. All is well until you reach Sector 6, where they decide to ramp up the difficulty by 1,000% by not only throwing homing mines at you, but replacing the mostly passive enemy pilots with hardened vets who don't take too kindly to you riding their beams. Oh, and there is a lot more space debris, so expect to do a lot of nimble flying, or be prepared to see a fireball where your ship used to be. If by some miracle you continue to survive, more obstacles are added at Sector 8, 10, and 12, so by then, I doubt there will be many places for you to move at all. Normally, when a game throws that much stuff at you, there's a lot of real estate to operate in. But thanks to the game's gimmick being riding the beams, you only have 5 places you can be. While this isn't a game killer, it does make it incredibly difficult. Adjusting to the difficulty wasn't without its rewards, however, since this was one of the Activision games that you could get a patch for performing at a high level. If you made it to Sector 20 with a score of at least 60,000 points and sent in a photo of the score, then you would be a proud member of the Activision Beamriders. The box cover features some nice futuristic artwork, showing off the alien shield that you're sent to destroy. The manual is a little odd, folding out into several different squares but not having a poster-sized image. Despite being released after the video game crash, the game did show up in an Activision catalog, and gave you the opportunity to win a patch for your efforts. Even by Atari 2600 standards, this is a strange game. You are in control of what looks like a giant purple eye that shoots a stun ray at severed heads, wearing beanies while navigating a constantly moving maze and occasionally catching falling planes and parachute men. It's almost like the designers ran through a round of Mad Libs to come up with the concept. When you begin your quest, there are 2 slow-moving beanies that make their way down from the top of the screen. Depending on which game mode you selected, they will either bounce off of every surface, or they will pass right through them. Regardless of what you pick, your goal is still the same. Shoot them with your stun ray, and capture them. Every time you round one up, an item will fall from the sky that will grant you bonus points if it is caught before hitting the ground. The airplanes and parachute men will come down on either side of the screen, or right down the middle, and they can be shot to hold them in place to give you time to make it to them. The bonus point bounty will continue until you miss one, which will cause another evil beanie to appear. If you happen to secure 4 beanies in a row, everything, including beanies, will turn into giant orange eyes that are worth even more bonus points. These will move just as fast as the beanies, and will turn into them if they hit the ground, so make every effort to capture them. The other reward for capturing 4 beanies in a row without dying is an extra life, although you can only have 3 in reserve at any given time. While this sounds like it would make the game go on forever, it really doesn't impact gameplay that much since the beanies begin to move at lightning speed once you rack up a decent score. When you combine their insane speed with the fact you not only move slow, but can't really aim that well, your floating purple eye will be disintegrating at an alarming rate. Outside of the complete and total randomness that is present with the characters and items, there really isn't much else of note here. The action is slow and repetitive, and frankly there are much better options for this genre on the Atari 2600. The box art looks like an LSD-fueled fever dream, yet strangely does capture the insanity of the game design choices. The manual is straightforward, laying out what you must do in order to survive and score points, but not featuring anything else of note. The game also showed up in a 20th Century Fox catalog. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more Game Encyclopedia videos.